Zookeeper Mommy, where are you? Nunu is so hungry. Hey, there's a person in the water. Wait, how did I turn into a person? She was once a little tiger in a modern wildlife park. She was unusually smart. Her zookeeper noticed she was different and always kept a close eye on her. By law, animals are forbidden from gaining sentience. She had to act as dumb as the other Otherwise, tigers. She could end up as a tiger skin rug or a tiger bone wine or tiger treasure stew. The obedient Hunyu believed her mom's words. She tried her best to act dumb and cute so no one would find out she was a spirit. But now, she had actually become a human. She couldn't hide it anymore. She sadly patted her little belly, so hungry. Without mommy to feed me, I'll have to find food myself. She wandered around and discovered that in this forest, there wasn't a single large animal. This zoo is so poor. Am I the only tiger here? Is it going out of business? With no proper colleagues to eat, she had no choice but to catch an unlucky rabbit to fill her stomach. Just then, she saw a group of people walking up the mountain. The clever Hunyu immediately hid in the bushes. Hee hee, as long as humans don't find me. This tiger won't blow her cover. I'm so awesome. This was the Dashu dynasty. After a 9-month drought and food shortage, the emperor and the state preceptors successfully prayed for rain. After the heavy rain, the villagers all went up the mountain to pick wild vegetables to eat. Song Yixing dug for vegetables while silently reciting his texts. But suddenly, he heard a faint rustle in the nearby bushes. Could it be a rabbit? He quickly walked over and carefully parted the messy thicket. And then, he locked eyes with a little girl who was gnawing on a raw rabbit head. Why is there a little girl here? The other children picking vegetables immediately gathered around. Hey, come look. There's a little sister here.
Yeah.
And she's holding a rabbit. A rabbit? Where's the rabbit? At this moment, Hunyu's heart was pounding. Oh no. I've been discovered by so many people. Am I going to be turned into treasure stew? She instinctively started to bare her teeth, wanting to scare these tourists away, but unexpectedly, not only were these children not afraid, they attracted even more adults. What do? Am I done for this time? Ju Yuanyang pushed through the crowd to her son's side. Yaj, what's going on? When Hunyu saw Ju Yuanyang, she burst into tears. Mommy, where have you been all this time? You scared this tiger to death. She bounded over with her food and hugged Ju Yuanyang's leg tightly. A fluffy baby with a mom is a treasure. This tiger only needs to eat and drink. Mom will take care of everything else. The people present had strange expressions. Lady Ju, is this little girl ... your relative? No, I don't know her either. Ju Yuanyang looked down in confusion. At the little bundle attached to her leg, she struggled to shake her leg free. Little girl, whose child are you? It was a string of gibberish. Hunyu didn't understand a single word. She tilted her head in confusion. Mommy, why are you suddenly speaking a dialect? I don't understand. With the rabbit still in her mouth, she used her special tiger skills to nimbly climb into the woman's arms. Just like when she was a cub, she hugged her zookeeper mommy. She felt so safe. Even the densest person could see the little girl's affection for Lady Ju, trying to please Lady Ju. Are you sure this child isn't your relative? She seems awfully close to you. Yeah, that doesn't look like they're strangers. Ju was so flustered she didn't know how to reply. I've never seen her before. Why is she so attached to me? She looked down at the little girl in her arms. The little girl was also staring at her with big, round eyes. It reminded her of a leopard cat she had as a child. Full of trust and dependence, Ju Yuanyang suddenly felt a strange softness in her heart. It hit her unexpectedly. Son, what do you think we should do? Song Yixing rolled his eyes speechlessly. You've already brought her home. Why are you asking me? Son, if you have something to say, just say it. Don't just stare at me so grimly without talking. You look as wicked as that old geezer. Mother is a little scared. Song Yixing remained silent. Ju? Yuanyang laughed nervously. Look how pretty this little Nunya is. She'll definitely grow up to be a beauty. You want to raise her? No, I don't. The mother, desperate to survive, flatly denied it. I was just speaking hypothetically. We're so poor right now. Of course we can't keep her. This is just a good deed for the day. I thought we'd pick her up first. Then we can go out and ask around later and see whose child is missing. As she spoke, she trailed off. Times had been tough lately. In the next county, There were even cases of people eating let children, alone abandoning a little girl. Song Yixing sighed. He felt deeply for his mother. He had sworn when he was a child that he would be successful when he grew up, so she wouldn't have to live a hard life where anyone could bully her. Mother, raising another child for us will bring a lot of trouble. I know, we won't keep her. Zhu Yuanyang looked at the small child on the bed. Her gaze softened. Yaij, you can probably guess. This little girl was likely abandoned by her family. Just like I was. Let's find a good family for her. Okay. Song Yixing nodded. Yes. Mother? I'm sorry. What are you talking about? It's me who shouldn't be causing you trouble or holding you back. I know your life isn't easy. You just focus on your path. I may not be able to help, but I'll try not to cause you any trouble. Mother, please just bear with it for a few more days. I'll ask my teacher to help find a good home. And then we can send her there. Zhu Yuanyang, who had just been acting pitiful, immediately perked up and raised her head. Okay. Song Yixing gave her a sharp glare. Zhu Yuanyang laughed heartily. Glaring won't work. A gentleman's word is his bond. You can't go back on it. Perhaps afraid that she might actually anger her mature son, the mother finally found her conscience and offered some comfort. Don't be mad, Yaij. Look, the little girl even came with her own food. A skinny rabbit is still meat. We should be grateful. Humph, don't try to sweet-talk me. Judging by the way that little girl was eating, one rabbit probably isn't even enough for 2 of her meals. Zhu Yuanyang also found it strange. She walked over to the little girl and touched her round belly. How can such a tiny child fit more than half a rabbit in there? Won't she get sick from overeating? Why didn't you stop her? Why didn't you? The way that little girl eats is like a hungry tiger coming down the mountain. I was afraid she'd bite me. What nonsense. Zhu Yuanyang picked Hunyu up. Little Nunu, you've had your fill, right? Now, can you tell Auntie what your name is? Whose child are you? And how did you end up on the back mountain? It was another long string of gibberish. Hunyu didn't understand a single word. She awkwardly hugged the woman with her now tiny paws and started to communicate with her mom as she used to. Growls and roars. Song Yixing's expression changed instantly. He rushed forward and put Hunyu back on the bed. Ben pulled his mother back several steps. Hunyu was startled. She bared her teeth and let out a soft growl at Song Yixing. Zhu Yuanyang also saw the problem now. This child looks several years old but can't speak. Could it be because of this problem that her family abandoned her? She doesn't seem sick. The bold and observant Song Yixing stared intently at Hunyu. He confirmed her confused expression, as if she couldn't understand, but showed no intention of attacking him. Only then did he relax a little. I once heard my teacher tell some strange tales. He said some wild beasts in the mountains are slightly intelligent, especially a mother beast that has raised cubs. Under the right circumstances, they might even raise a human child. Zhu Yuanyang was very surprised. Is it really that mysterious? Feeling no sense of danger, the mother and son boldly inched forward together. They stared at the little girl on the bed without blinking. The more Zhu Yuanyang looked, the more she thought her son's theory had some merit. But there was one thing she couldn't figure out. If this little girl was really raised by a wild beast, why would she be so affectionate towards her? Little Nunu, where on earth did you come from? Hunyu heard her name and stammered out, NIU-NIU ... Both mother and son's eyes lit up. Zhu Yuanyang boldly stepped forward and once again hugged the little girl. No, Nunu, your name is Nunu, right? Nunu. She was overjoyed, hugging the child tightly, just like when she first got her leopard cat as a child. She was incredibly excited. Poor little Nunu can't even speak. She's so pitiful. Meeting like this must be fate. Let's just be good people and see it through. It's not like we're short on food anyway. Let's raise her for a while. At the very least, we have to teach her how to talk and dress herself. Otherwise, when she goes to another family, how will she be liked? Right? If her life is bad, will our consciences be clear? Tell me, does what mother just said make sense? Song Yixing didn't speak. Zhu Yuanyang took his silence as agreement. She was overjoyed. She lifted her newly acquired child high into the air. Nunu, from now on, Auntie will play with you. Song Yixing was speechless. Haha. That last sentence was the most sincere. Old habits die hard. Mother's playful nature will never change. He would never admit that his own deep curiosity was also stirring. urging him to agree with his mother and keep this strange little girl. However, at this moment, his life of bitter toil and busyness had officially begun at this very moment. A modern little tiger actually time traveled to ancient times and became a little girl to avoid being discovered as a spirit and made into tiger treasure stew. She tried her best to act human, but just as she was idly licking her paws, she was discovered. Newt Newt. You are a person. Of course I know I'm not a tiger. I am one person. Song Yixing felt very wary. He resignedly picked Hunyu up and placed her on a nearby stone stool. He took out a handkerchief to wipe her paws. First, for people, we don't say one head, we say one person. Also, normal people don't usually sit around, licking their fingers for fun by the wall. The ones who do that are either crazy or ... He deliberately tried to scare Hunyu. ... They're a tiger. I'm really a ... person. I am a person. Hunyu was panicking inside. Her paws couldn't help but tremble. Oh no, did I blow my cover again? Is this tiger about to become treasure stew? At this point, it had been over 2 months since she was found. The clever Hunyu had already learned to walk and talk, but she still couldn't shake off some of her old habits. Then, tell me, what is your name? How old are you? Where are you from? Where is your home? Who else is in your family? These are all things a person should know. I assume you know them too, right? He seized the opportunity to teach the child, trying to cram the simplest common sense into her head. My name is Hunyu. I'm 6 years old. I live at Baimangsheng Zoo. My family includes zookeeper mommy, a bunch of dumb tigers, and those annoying black bears, and lots of tasty colleagues. And they're zookeepers. The young man's handsome face tightened. He began to correct her sternly. What you said is wrong. Your name is Su Ling. You live in Liwei Village, Kingsha County. You are the family's adopted daughter. Your mother is named Ju Yu, and your elder brother is Song Yixing. Got it? Hunyu blinked her eyes, clearly not understanding why she had to say that. Let me put it simply. If you don't say it this way, you'll be thrown out. And you'll never see me and mother, that is, your zookeeper mommy, again. You'll never see her again. Understand, although Song Yix didn't know what kind of keeper a zookeeper was, or why the little girl mistook his own beautiful mother for a keeper, it didn't matter. He could still use it to scare his little sister now. Okay, ... I understand. Hunyu suddenly remembered something from the past. Back at the zoo, I saw people dressed just like these people now. I think my mom said they were pretending to be ancient people. She lowered her head in despair. Help me. These ancient people are so hard to fool. Why did those people at the zoo pretend to be ancient? And no one exposed them. But when this tiger pretends to be ancient, I might get thrown out. I don't want to leave zookeeper mommy. I don't want to leave mother. That's more like it. Song Yixing nodded with satisfaction. What should you call me? Elder brother. Hunyu tilted her head and received a smiling head pat in return. Good girl. Song Yixing, who had never been a proper elder brother before, felt a great sense of satisfaction at this moment. Where did mother go? She was called away by that man with the bulging eyes. You know, the one from last time. When we ran into the doggy in the mountains, the family of the man you had people carried back. Mother told me to play at home by myself and wait for you to come back. She emphasized the words by myself. It was clear that this child was clever and already knew how to get straight to the point. It made Song Yixing laugh. Not a doggy. That was a wolf. Over a month ago. He and his mother were digging for vegetables at the foot of the mountain when they encountered a big gray wolf that had wandered from somewhere at the critical moment. If it weren't for this little girl's tiger roar, scaring away the vicious wolf, they would have lost their lives. Not to mention, she guided them to find the seriously injured hunter. Such a life-saving favor the Ju family surely wouldn't dare to forget. Mrs. Ju came to invite mother over, so there must be a reason. New, look what elder brother brought back for you. Hunyu leaned in and sniffed with her nose. What is this? Osmanthus cake. What's osmanthus cake? You'll know once you taste it. Here, open your mouth. Hunyu, used to being fed, immediately opened her mouth wide. Song Yixing placed a small piece of osmanthus cake inside. So good. Just like that, one opened their mouth and the other fed. The newly minted brother and sister were enjoying their game immensely. After feeding her about 3 pieces of cake, Song Yixing looked at his sister's belly. No more. If you eat any more, you won't be able to have dinner tonight. He had no experience raising children before. When the little girl first arrived, she kept her mouth open, so he kept feeding her. As a result, half a pot of food went into her belly. When his mother came back, she was almost scared to death. She picked up the child and rushed to Dr. Zhang. Although the little girl turned out to be fine in the end, he was still severely scolded by his mother and Dr. Zhang. So now, Song Yixing was very experienced. Yu doesn't know if she's full or not. So the person feeding her has to estimate, I'm not full. Wang's osmanthus cake is too sweet. Children can't eat too much of it, or they'll get a toothache. Hunyu blinked her big eyes. Sweet. Yes. Didn't you think it was too sweet after eating so much? Wait here, I'll go get you a cup of water. When he came out with a bowl of warm water, he saw his sister squatting on the stone stool, pouting with a wrinkled little face. Are you mad at me because I won't let you eat more? No, I realized I've been deceived. Who deceived you? Here, drink the water first, then you can continue. Hunyu stuck out her little tongue, about to lap up the water like a kitten. He quickly pulled the water bowl back. No, people don't stick out their tongues to drink water. Nunu, you are a person. I'm not a tiger. We humans can drink water without sticking out our tongues. I know. She was crying a river of tears inside. Oh, mommy, being a person is so hard. This ancient brother is so hard to fool. Come back quickly. This tiger can't keep up the act much longer. Seeing the adorable little girl trying to put on a brave face, Song Yixing could barely contain his smile. Nunu is so smart. If a person acts like a tiger, everyone will think a tiger has turned into a spirit monster. Everyone believes spirit monsters are harmful, so they will burn the spirit monster to death. Understand? Hunyu felt very guilty. I'm not a tiger. I am a person. She knew this person called elder brother probably meant her no harm. Just like when her mom found out she was especially smart, she also disciplined her with the sole of a shoe. After all, the rules stated. After the nation's founding, animals are forbidden from becoming spirits. That was so but I will definitely obey the rules. No becoming a spirit. No becoming a spirit. Before, I was a good tiger. From now on, I'll be a good person. When I was a tiger, I wasn't a tiger spirit. Now that I'm a person, I will definitely not become a human spirit. Yes, I must follow the rules. After convincing herself, Hunyu nodded confidently. I won't be a monster. I'll be a person. That's right. Here, drink your water. He handed the water bowl over again. The little girl awkwardly reached out with both hands and unsteadily held the bowl. Song Yixing smiled proudly. A sense of accomplishment filled him. She's truly teachable. After the little girl finished her water, he put the bowl aside. All right. Why were you angry? Who deceived you? Lots of them. You said the taste of the osmanthus cake I ate is sweet, right? Then honey must also be sweet, right? Yes, it is. What's wrong? That's why those black bears are so annoying. The little ball of fluff was fuming, looking incredibly cute. Sweet things taste so good. Why didn't they let me have any before? All the honey was given to those annoying black bears. We tigers didn't get any. Not a single drop. Hunyu was full of resentment. She felt the zoo was biased, but she never considered that as a tiger. She probably couldn't taste sweetness anyway. The zoo director is so mean. He was only nice to the black bears. Ever since I was drinking milk from a bowl, he wouldn't let me steal that bear's milk to drink. And after I grew up, he gave all this delicious honey to the bears. If I had known, I wouldn't have worked so hard. I wouldn't have gone on business trips either. It was a lot of words he didn't understand. But not understanding didn't matter. The key was that he could see his little sister was genuinely Song Yixing immediately and skillfully reached out and stroked her fluffy head. Nunu, don't be angry. It's okay if you haven't had it before. There's plenty of time. You'll get to eat many more delicious things. Whatever you want to eat in the future, elder brother will buy it for you. Okay, don't be angry anymore. Good girl. No feline can resist a good head scratch. Whether it's a small cat or a big cat, they all love being petted by humans. So, I used to love it when Zookeeper Mommy petted my fur. And now, there's a bear paw that gives me sweet osmanthus cakes. Oh no, he said his name is Elder Brother. It doesn't matter what his name is. From now on, I have another feeder. This is very important. Oh, this is great. She happily squinted her eyes and mimicked the affectionate whines of the dogs at the zoo. Woof woof. Song Yixing's eyes crinkled with laughter. Looking at the little girl's current habits, the wild beast that raised her must have been a mountain tiger. Sigh, ... so pitiful. Growing up in the deep mountains and old forests, surrounded by various wild beasts, she's never even had a sweet treat. I must be even nicer to my little sister in the future. Two completely different lines of thought somehow collided in a very bizarre way. And immediately, like dry wood meeting a flame, they ignited into a moving scene of brotherly... Zhu Yuanyang stood at the door, holding 2 pheasants. Well, isn't this touching? She looked at her son, who was grinning like a fool, and shook her head. Is this still my mature, old-souled son? Weren't you reluctant to keep little Nunu at first? Now, who is it that enjoys raising his little sister every day? With just one look, the little girl can make a pheasant drop dead. Even a ferocious wolf will be scared away by her roar. It turns out she was originally a little white tiger in a modern zoo. But she was accidentally summoned to ancient times by a rain-praying scholar and turned into a little girl to avoid being discovered as a spirit. She tries her best to act human every day. I absolutely cannot blow my cover. Mother, I'm hungry. She hugged Zhu Yuanyang's leg tightly, her eyes fixed on the poor pheasant couple. They trembled under her gaze. One of them even fainted and died on the spot from the shock. Oh, little Nunu, move aside. Let mother put the pheasants in the cage first. It's rare to catch them alive. Dead one. Eat the dead one. Her chubby finger pointed at the pheasant that had died so suddenly. Then she glared fiercely at the pheasant that didn't want to die. In the end, the strong-willed pheasant couldn't hold on either, and it died. Look, it's dead too. Who knew who had been pretending to be human for 2.5 months had learned a lesson. You can't eat live prey directly, only dead prey. So, to eat the pheasants, she had to scare them to death first. Zhu Yuanyang stood there stunned, her mind racing. Nunu, in the last 2 months, all the chickens and ducks in our house have been scared to death and eaten by you. Now I just want to try my luck raising 2 pheasants. Can't you just spare them? Song Yixing, standing nearby, tried to hold back his laughter. It's clearly because Mother, you don't know how to raise them. For so many years. Besides me, you haven't successfully raised any living thing. You can't blame this on our new... Seeing someone take her side, Hunyu immediately puffed out her chest with confidence. Right? My fault. Zhu Yuanyang stroked her head. So it's my fault. Then, all right, go play with your brother. I'm going to stew the pheasants for you. But Hunyu didn't listen. She still followed her dinner closely. Don't slam the door and don't bang on the table. If you break any more things in the house, I'll sell you to pay for the damages. The guilty little girl didn't even dare to look back. The things in this house are not very sturdy. The quality is not as good as the zoo's. And when they break, no one replaces them. Why do you always scare her like that? She's strong, most likely because she drank a wild beast's milk. It's not her fault. Zhu Yuanyang prepared a large basin and pluck the 2 pheasants. Hunyu squatted there, watching intently. Song Yixing was nearby, preparing to chop wood. If I don't scare her, do you think she'd just squat there obediently? She would probably be just like when she first arrived, and pounce over to bite the chicken's neck. That was because she didn't understand words then. Nunu is very sensible now. Nunu, come over here and work. Coming up. Hunyu had adapted well to the human rule of work for your food. After all, back at the zoo, she also had to earn her own milk and meat. She didn't think there was anything wrong with it. She walked over, lifted her paw, grabbed the axe, and began to skillfully chop wood. No, don't raise the axe so high. What if it falls and hits your own head? You have to aim for the middle. First, split it in half. Then, split the halves into quarters. It looks nice. Watch how I swing the axe. You have to chop down like this. Understand? I know, chop down like this. Wrong. Don't chop it in half horizontally. Then, should I chop it like this? Wrong again. You have to watch carefully. And use a bit of skill in your hands. What is skill? Why do I have to wear it on my hands? What I mean is, the way you're swinging the axe is wrong. Look, you have to do it like elder brother. Why? Because it looks nice. Hunyu was speechless for a moment. This bear paw is so vain. He's even more vain than the prettiest tiger in the zoo, which is me. Even when working, he has to make it look good. I don't think I was ever this serious when I was working before. Her little paws kept swinging, splitting one piece of wood into four, trying her best to make it look as nice as her brother requested. I'm really amazing. I'm working hard at being a person today, too. Nunu, you're chopping well. Nunu is so smart. When Nunu heard this, she chopped with even more Song Yixing had unknowingly mastered the ultimate trick for dealing with simple-minded children. The power of praise, no one can resist it. It works on donkeys, let alone tigers. Zhu Yuanyang's motherly lips curved into a satisfied smile. She felt at peace with the world, and that time was standing still, with a big eater around. There was no need to worry about the two pheasants having leftovers. If she wasn't expressly forbidden, Hunyu could have finished the whole pot by herself. After dinner, Song Yixing recited his texts in the courtyard, while guarding the door for his mother and sister. He would never forget. The time a local rogue came to peek at his mother bathing, he wasn't even 3 years old then. But he dared to chase the man away with a stick and was kicked to the ground. And then his crybaby mother, like a madwoman, ran out with an axe. With a life or death fierceness, she finally chased the rogue out of their home. And from that day on, his mother never cried again. She became the feisty village woman she was today. I must work harder. An 11-year-old elementary scholar isn't worth much. But what about a 12-year-old scholar? A 15-year-old provincial graduate? Or a court scholar before the age of 20? I must bring honor to my mother. He had already set the path he would take. Forward, without hesitation. So every step he took was with extra effort. Mother, listen. Elder brother is talking. He's reciting his texts. He's always reciting his texts. It makes me want to sleep. That means our little Nunu is a lucky one. We don't have to suffer through studying and reading. Is studying bitter? Yes, it's bitter. Years of studying and poverty, how could it not be bitter? Zhu Yuanyang's heart ached, but there was no better way. Mother, are you angry? No, let mother help you bathe. The chubby little girl was very obedient after a full meal, just like a little kitten. She had a scar on her shoulder, a character for Su scratched by a leopard. That's why Yaj named her Su Ling. After her bath, Zhu Yuanyang reached out and ruffled her hair. Little Nu, do you still remember your name? The one your brother gave you? I remember. Nunu proudly puffed out her chest. My name is Su Ling. I'm 6 years old. I live in Liwei Village, Qingshu County. I'm the family's adopted daughter. I have a mother and an elder brother. Zhu Yuanyang was very pleased. That's right. From now on, if anyone asks you outside, you answer just like that. You've already told me. I am the smartest tiger boss. Mother. Today was a really great day. I also have a home and I'm trying hard to be a person. Yes, our Nunu is right. And from now on, you have to work hard at being a good person when talking to a cute child. An adult's voice can't help but become soft and cute too. It sounds very childlike. Feeling like she was being praised again, the well-behaved fluffy child grinned and nodded her head vigorously. I will be a good person every day from now on. Our Nunu is so good. I'm really good. Then can I have another piece of osmanthus cake? I think the sweet taste is very delicious. Of course you can. When it's daylight, mother will get you some more. You can't eat it at night. Hunyu's head drooped in disappointment. I have to wait until tomorrow. This is so hard for a tiger. A dreamless night, a rare, peaceful Song Yixing came out to wash and saw smoke already rising from the kitchen chimney. Mother, why did you have to wake up so early? Today is a rest day anyway. I could have woken up to cook breakfast. You should have rested more. I'm not 70 or 80 years old. Why do I need so much rest? Besides, I didn't wake up just for you today. Last night, Nunu was fussy for a long time. She said she wanted to taste what bitter tastes like. So I woke up early this morning to make it for her. Song Yixing was a little curious. What did you make? Just a calming soup. She doesn't sleep very well at night anyway. Since she wants to try it herself now, I'll take the opportunity to let her drink some. I hope it'll be somewhat effective. All medicine has side effects. How can you just give it to her? She's just a child who doesn't know any better. Mother, how can you be so reckless with her? You've been drinking this calming soup since you were a child. And you didn't have any problems, did you? Trust me, I'm already very experienced in raising children. When Song Yixing thought about his mother's so-called experience and how it was all learned through his own life, he felt a little bit of indescribable sadness. Mother, Nunu is a little girl. No matter how strong she is, she's still just a child. Please don't always feed her strange things. What are you talking about? What do you mean I feed Nunu strange things? I'm raising her very seriously. Don't talk nonsense, okay? Seeing his mother flatly deny it, the son decided to be direct. Let's not talk about the calming soup you plan to feed her today. I just want to know, the day before yesterday when I came back from school, why was Nunu sleeping so deeply? Could you please enlighten your son, esteemed mother? Ju Yuanyang was instantly speechless. She turned her head away, playing dead. Then her son, who acted like a stern father, sighed wearily. Mother, I know that green ant wine you brew tastes pretty good, but you should just have a few sips yourself when you're free. Next time, don't be so generous as to give it to Nunu to drink. Okay? I already told you. It wasn't me who gave it to her. She found it herself. While I was cooking, Ju Yuanyang felt very wrong. No matter how reckless she was, she wouldn't give a child alcohol to drink. But her son just didn't believe her. Don't worry. I definitely won't give it to Nunu anymore. Why won't you give it to me? Hunyu, who had been listening obediently, rushed over like the wind. She was furious. Are you going to be annoying like the director too? Let me tell you. Whatever the black bears have, I must have too. And what the black bears don't have, I must also have. Otherwise, I'll be unhappy.
Enjoyed the laugh? Then hit that subscribe button now. Chino Tunes, where Chinese cartoon parodies get wild and hilarious.